Hey gang, hi team, hello everybody, how you doing? We are going to be doing an abs workout today. Abs, 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 all about the abs from every direction. Nothing but abs for days. Did I mention we were doing abs? We are going to be using a single weight, okay? So it could be a kettlebell, it could be your single dumbbell. I've grabbed my funky triangle, whatever, just a single weight you can use here. You can go slightly heavier, you could have a mix of two things. And we're going to be coming and working the abs from lots of different directions. So we'll start standing, we're going to be doing some sitting, we're going to be doing some laying, we're going to be doing some all forwards. So there's a bit of movement involved today, as there always is. Take your legs nice and wide to start off with. We're going to come in with some up and over reaches, just stretching out the waist. Feel free to kind of move your hips into this one so you can push your hip out. You don't have to keep that torso from moving. Good. Oh, such a lovely one, this. Let's go 2 and 1. Come into a little spinal twist. So this one, your hips will definitely come around. Keep your elbows quite high and just follow the direction of that back elbow to see how far you can twist around here. As I said, you're not trying to hold your torso still, so allow that hip to come around with you. You might even feel a nice little hip stretch here. We'll do one more on this side. Beautiful stuff. We'll tuck the chin to the chest. Just come into a half roll down for me. And if you want to sway your arms whilst you're down here, then do. If you want to stay still, then do. Doesn't matter what you do with your your limbs here, but try and keep that belly button gently hugged in. When you're ready, we'll slowly roll it up to standing, not forgetting to kind of tuck our pelvis, our tailbone under. Bring the arms up, overhead, palms are facing forwards. Good, take the arms out wide, palms still stay facing forwards. Take it into a turn, a twist. Again, hips coming around with you. Good, release back to center, release the arms, take them on a nice big circle through. Let's just give the neck a little roll, or a little semicircle side to side. Good, and then come into a little shoulder roll here. So we're going to start from standing and we're going to come in with our torso bend. So weight into your right arm, keep those legs nice and wide, and we are just here. So for this one, I don't want the hips twisting, so keep the hips facing forwards. Good. You know what to do. This opposite elbow drives up to really help you reach down that leg. And we're working into those lovely long abdominals, those obliques. Good stuff. So starting here. So kettlebell's quite nice here because you've got the extra weight that can help pull you down. But this is effective even if you do it without the weight. So just doing this more as a mobilization and a stretch really targets into your waist there. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up to center, switching sides. Exactly the same. Rinse and repeat on the opposite side for me. But even things out. So we've got a few moves that we're going to do from standing, and then we're going to come down to sitting. Good. Keep going here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring your weight up to center. We're going to come into a standing twist. So we're still working into the waist. Depending on how heavy your weight is, you can either keep elbows tucked or you could extend your weight out. So this weight isn't super heavy. It's about 6.5 kilos. So I'm going to take mine out. But obviously, if you've got kind of a super heavy kettlebell, you might want to keep it in. Can you hear that click? Because my hip's needing a bit of a twist here. So just lift that opposite heel up. Try and keep your shoulders away from your ears as much as possible. Good. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Release. Just give your shoulders a little roll through here. And then we're going to come into our round the world. So a little bit of a bend through the knees here, soft through the knees. We're going to come up and around and back down, and then up and around on the opposite side. And the hips are moving with you. We don't want to make this just arms. We could make it just arms by keeping our torso nice and still. But did I mention this was an abs workout? Abs for days. I want you to get the waist involved. Beautiful. Can you feel the difference? Woo. Keep going. You've got 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Amazing stuff. Set your weight down and bring yourself down to sitting. Straight away down to sitting, nice and tall, okay? So lengthen up through the spine, hug that belly button in. We're going to come into a seated twist. If you prefer, or if your back prefers you to do this without the weight, do it without the weight. You're just getting your torso, your chest, facing the direction that you twist in. You know the score, you can lean this back, okay? You could do it without the feet, so more of a balance, or you could bring in your weight with any of those options. So choose your choice wisely, my friends. I want you to feel this, but feel it in a good way. Not in a pulling way, not in a tugging way. Beautiful. Keep going here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center. It's been pretty much all about the waist. We are going to start working more down our center and into our deep abdominals. So stay sitting nice and tall. Tuck those elbows into your rib cage for a little extra support. Weight is close to your chest. We're going to take it into a roll back to wherever you feel that you're able to, and then we're going to come back up. So that's it. Just a roll back and back up again. You have got the option, just like we did with our standing twist, to make this trickier or to make it more intense by taking your arm further away from the body. So anytime we take the weight out and away from the body, the muscles have to work harder. So again, you'll know what weight you're using as to where your arms feel that they can be. Good. Let's not forget the breathing. Beautiful. 2 more for me. Let's go 1. Good. And 2. Release the weight down to the side. Just take it into a little forwards fold. Give that lower back a little bit of a release, and then we're going to come down to lying. So when you're ready, make sure that your weight is within reach. Lower yourself down onto the floor. Walk your heels in. There's always a couple of little pelvic tilts here, justifying that nice neutral spine. There's no point doing ab work down on the mat if we're arching through the spine. All we're going to do is load into that lower back, which we don't want to do. So tuck the pelvis. Probably you've got space for a little gap for your hands in your lower back, okay? And you're not completely pressed in. If you're completely pressed in, you're going to feel that that pelvis is tilting up towards your rib cage. So find your neutral point, then bring your weight back in overhead. Okay, so arms are straight directly above you, pointing up to the ceiling. And then option to either take 1 foot off the floor or both feet off the floor. If you need to keep 1 foot on the floor, absolutely fine. We're going to come into our dead bugs, our weighted dead bugs. So this is option 1, 1 foot on the floor. The arms go behind the head, the other leg taps away. Option 2, you do this from tabletop, and we alternate legs. Good. Option 3, double legs, take away. So you've got 3 different intensity levels. I'm trusting you to find the one that works for you. If you're doing a single leg, I'll let you know when to switch sides, okay? So keep going for now. Good. Single leggers, you can change. The opposite leg comes down. If you're alternating, keep on alternating. If you're using a super heavy kettlebell, you will be feeling this in your triceps and your shoulders as well. Bonus, but it's still abs, abs, abs. We've got 3, 2, 1 more. And 1. Amazing stuff. Relax the feet down. Bring your weight just to rest on your pelvis, on your hip bones. Hopefully your bladder's not too full. You can hold it here into position. We're going to roll up into a bridge. Good. And then we're going to add in alternate heel lifts. You can come, leg lifts. You can come back just onto tiptoes if that helps you keep the height of your bridge. Yes, we're getting some glute work and some leg work in here, but that stability, that added weight, is having to work deep down into our abdominals to help keep us hopefully up and balanced. Beautiful. So try and keep the hips from swaying too much. That's where the core work comes in. We could lift and lower the legs all day long. Well, if you've not got anything better to do, perhaps you could. But the stability, the control, that work is coming from your abs. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Release the heels to the floor. Slowly, slowly roll down out of your bridge. Take your weight up in your arms again, so that starting position. Tilt your pelvis, rock, come back to neutral. And then exhale, lift up into a little shoulder lift and back down again. We're not coming into a full sit-up. We're working into the very tops of our abdominals here. At least for these first few, I will give you some progressions as we go through. So keep coming into your shoulder lift. Again, too much with the weight, drop the weight down, just do the movement. If you want a little bit more, feel free to come up maybe halfway, so up to bra line and back down, so little crunches as opposed to shoulder lifts. Or if you do want now to come up into a sit-up, feel free to come up into a sit-up. Try and keep those heels into the floor and lower back down. You know, I don't do many sit-ups, hardly ever feature a sit-up, because on their own they're not super effective. It's a little bit of an old school move. But if you want to do it just as part of a set of ab work, feel free. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Amazing stuff. Release the weight down to the side. Take the legs long, take the arms up overhead. Have a lovely stretch out here. Woo. Oh, it's good, right? And release. So I don't want to put you off doing the sit-ups. It's just that for women in particular, they really push down into your pelvis. So you're putting a lot of downwards pressure into your pelvis, into your pelvic floor, which might not be the most suitable for you. And if you really want to work your deep abdominals, there's much better exercises than you can be doing. 6-pack muscles, superficial muscles. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't have visible 6-packs. But I've got a strong core, and that's those deep abdominals. And I would much rather have a strong core. And your strong core comes from moves like this. We don't need the weight for this final set. We are going to come into a plank to begin with. You know the score, guys. Choose your plank wisely. It could be a box plank. It could be a 3/4 plank. It could be a forearm plank. Or it could be a high plank. Gently lift that belly button up, away from your mat. Create that space. Good. Breathe through. When you're ready, sink to your knees, press back to child's pose. This is a little plank finisher. We're going to spin around to a side plank. You could come from your elbow, you could come from your knee, or if you're in high plank to start off with, you could come into a high plank. Here you can stagger your feet for a bit more stability. Choose your choice. You could be here from the knee, or you could be here with straight legs. Wherever you feel confident. Good. You're going to release down, spin back to all fours, press back into child's pose. Exhale up, come back into your forward facing plank. Holding here. Sink to the knees, stretch it out. When you're ready, spin around, do your side plank on the opposite side. Excuse my back team. So lots of little mini planks here as your finisher. We're not holding any one for a huge amount of time, but hopefully enough for you to just have them kicking and then feel it. Take it back around, all fours, sink down, child's pose. Exhale up, one more forwards facing plank. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Imagine that lovely corset wrapping around your waist. See if you can just tighten it up a notch. Sink down, child's pose. And then finishing off, we're going to come into a reverse plank, which is not a lie down, even though it sounds like it should be. We're going to spin around this way. Palms up to you, depending on how your wrists are. They either be out to the side or facing forwards, okay? We're going to do this first of all with bent legs. So lift up, you want to create that nice flat line. And then if you feel you can, you could straighten out those legs. Hold up high. You will feel this obviously in your upper body, your palms, your wrists, your shoulders. Good, keep squeezing those glutes to keep lifted. And then when you're ready, lower your bottom back down and take yourself into a forwards fold. Spin yourself up to sitting however you are comfortable. Cross your legs if you're comfortable to do that. And then let's come into our up and overs. So a quick little blast through the abs, all directions, no repetitions. Obviously, if you want a longer ab workout, you could go back and do this again from the top. So repeating every move one more time through, or one more round through. Or give the shoulders a roll out, give the wrists a roll out. Good. And absolutely feel free to do any more stretches that you want to. Guys, thank you for joining me. As always, let me know how you got on, what weight you were using, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care.